Welcome to the other side.
Alright, wait. Stop right now. We cannot do this episode justice without getting this out of the way first. And I would have saved something like this for the news, but this is huge news that I do not want to even just do the regular formatted show that we normally do because of this news. I just woke up. It's flipping Thursday afternoon. It's around 2:20 something, p.m. in the afternoon, and I can't believe what I just read. First of all, the piece of news, which is great news in that sense, is that they're reviving Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, I want that to sink in for a second. They're reviving Tales from the Crypt. So get whatever joy you have out of your system right now, because I'm about to take it for a total plunge that's not going to make you happy at all. I'm telling you. I was feeling the same way till I read the notes within it. Oh, I can't even start putting words together. Okay. So Tales from the Crypt's revived. Great. Okay. Guess who's working on it? Guess what network is doing it? I want you to take a guess. Take a complete guess, okay? I'm gonna let you think for a second, okay? M. Night fucking Shyamalan. What the hell? M. Night Shyamalan is bringing back Tales from the Crypt. And TNT, the channel, yes, the Turner Network channel, is the one that is putting it on. There is all kinds of wrong with this, and I don't even know where to begin. Because there's just so much hatred right now stewing in me for M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, so I'm going to hold my composure. And by the way, I'm Julian Seyfert. I'm your host of the Horror Cabin Podcast. This is episode 6. And I was going to have this really nice intro going and everything, but I can't start that way now. Here's what came up. This is via bloodydisgusting.com. And I am just, okay, sorry. I will continue in a professional manner trying to report this piece of news. And we're going to get to the news segment here in a little bit, as far as the actual news segment that I took time to write up, since we've been away the entire holiday season. Okay, TNT is looking at reviving the franchise with Horror Maestro. Let me put that as what they said. That's what they said. I didn't say it. Horror Maestro M. Night Shyamalan. Yes, the director best known for The Sixth Sense and the more recent The Visit and Wayward Pines, both which were awesome. That's what they said. I had no problem with The Visit. It was the first Shyamalan film that I thought was okay in a long time. I did not watch Wayward Pines, so I do not know, and I do like The Sixth Sense. But you've got to know that, the stuff in between all that, between The Sixth Sense and The Visit, this is why I'm upset, okay? TNT has ordered a 2-hour horror block curated by Shyamalan and led by a new version of Tales from the Crypt. And this is from reports from The Wrap. What exactly does this mean? Well, here's some info. While details about the programming block are scarce, the 2 hours are set to consist of short and long-term storytelling. Sorry, not long-term. Long-form storytelling. The Tales from the Crypt segment will be based on the original and feature new stories. Okay. New stories are not going to work. No, they're not. They're totally not. They're totally not going to work. Because the fact that, the originals were at the right time. They were produced by some of the greatest producers in Hollywood history, being Joel Silver, Richard Donner. Oh man, this is so heartbreaking. I can't even fathom this. Okay. All executive produced by Shyamalan and his Binding Edge Pictures partner, Ashwin Rajan. I don't know how to say his last name, I'm sorry. The night is expected to include such elements as tales, stories, a serialized 1-hour anthology that could potentially be several episodes at the end of a season, as well as other yet-to-be-determined content. Set to launch in the fall, TNT is expected to announce additional series to be featured in the horror block in the coming months. This is what Shyamalan had to say. I couldn't be more excited to be teaming up with Kevin Riley, Sarah Aubrey, and the entire TNT team in this unique endeavor. To be part of such a beloved brand like Tales from the Crypt, something I grew up watching, and to also have the chance to push the boundaries of genre television as a whole, is an inspiring opportunity that I can't wait to dive into. You can tell how I read that I'm being sarcastic as hell about this whole situation. And I'm oh my god. Why? The original was great for so many reasons. And I don't know how. I don't know if it'll ever get to his ears. But Mr. John Kassir, who is the voice of the Crypt Keeper in the original HBO show, I give you this message. Stay away from this show. Do not be a part of it. I know you would give absolute life to the Crypt Keeper, but do not be a part of this show. And no matter how much you give, and no matter how much good you can put into it, this is a sinking ship. I mean, no, it's not even sinking ship. It's a ship that's already sank, and now it's about to explode. Okay, I have no hope for this show whatsoever. I wish I could say that, with glee, that the show's gonna work and that it's gonna be okay, and all the horror fiends are gonna be happy about it. But no, I have no hope about this show whatsoever. I have none. Okay. So, like I said, I am Julian Seyfert. I am your host of the Horror Cabin Podcast. This is episode 6, a very sad one indeed. And I just want to let you know that I'm back, and, obviously the holidays were always times where you're not going to get a whole lot of time to do much of anything, other than being around family and obviously trying to, run around shopping. So I wanted to give you guys a break, and not try to force you guys to hear another episode during that time. And, went ahead and waited until after New Year's to get started on a new episode. So now that we're out of the holidays and we're back around and we're in a brand new year as far as 2016, I'm happy to say that the Horror Cabin Podcast will continue going strong as we go into the new year. I hope we can definitely build upon the audience and grow a lot more, and I look forward to it. I really do. I mean, even though this piece of news happened, and it's for real happening. This is not a joke about that whole bit I just talked about at the beginning. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually get into the news.
Read all about it.
Here is the fucking news.
Director David Lynch has been back to work on his cult success show, Twin Peaks. He's been working on a new set of episodes, and now we can actually say there's a teaser trailer for those that can't wait till 2017 when the new episodes drop. If you have no clue what Twin Peaks is in the first place, it was a television show that first aired in 1990, had a ton of fans, and it's mainly due to David Lynch as the showrunner. Lynch, however, did step down during the second season, and it wasn't the same since. After the second season, a feature follow-up film, Fire Walk with Me, semi-tied up some loose ends while leaving the show completely open for interpretation. And now, since years have passed, David Lynch has been back at work, announced, that he was going to be doing another set of episodes of Twin Peaks, and that the story was far from over. The new teaser has a voiceover opening with Michael Horse's Deputy Hawk explaining the majestic landscape of the town that is Twin Peaks. Some shots of scenery, but suddenly a disruption happens and blurry visions of a white-haired man staring at the camera. If you're interested, give the first 2 seasons a watch in preparation of the new set of episodes. I personally have never watched anything of Twin Peaks, but from the clips I've seen in the past about the entire show, as far as from the first 2 seasons, it seems like a show that will definitely get you talking. We also have to report that we had another death in 2015. Unfortunately, being that we've had so many that came up during that year, which was obviously Wes Craven and Christopher Lee amongst the most impactful. But now it's sad to report that that Brooke McCarter from the classic 80s vampire film The Lost Boys as Paul sadly passed away at the age of 52. And the cause of death was A1AT, which is a genetic liver condition. And he was a New York City model before becoming one of Kiefer Sutherland's gang members. We definitely hope that 2016 will be a better year. We really don't lose anybody in the horror community anymore, as far as in this year coming up. Well, with some good news, Rob Zombie and the MPAA are not seeing eye to eye on Zombie's new anticipated film 31. The MPAA rated the film NC-17, which, if you don't know what that means, you just cannot distribute to major theater chains. Zombie had this to say about the Notorious Association. Well, after 2 tries through the MPAA, our rating on 31 remains NC-17. Maybe 3 is the charm to get an R rating. Why R, you ask? Well, because your local theater will not show an NC-17. Even though you are a fucking adult, things must be censored for your enjoyment. To me, this is absolutely right. If Rob Zombie is completely true and right about that. If you don't want your kids seeing the film, be a parent and just don't take them to see it. To me, it's not right when an artist has to actually recut a film simply because right-wing, narrow-minded members of a secret board, have the authority to make sure your piece of art does not get seen due to their personal ideals and beliefs that may not be our own. The rating given is for 4 reasons. For sadistic graphic violence, bizarre sexuality / nudity, pervasive disturbing images, and some strong language. Really? That's it? We have tons of movies that are R-rated that have that entire 4 categories and more. That's just wrong. Like, they really have been trying to buckle down, especially on the horror community, like, for years. And it's not right, But in recent developments, Rob was able to secure an R rating from the MPAA, and now the reasons are strong bloody horror violence, pervasive language, sexual content, and drug use. So that means a lot had to be cut out in order to make that happen. And I hope that when the film makes it to home release, we'll actually get to see the unrated cut of the film. Rob Zombie's 31 is about 5 carnival workers who are kidnapped the night before Halloween and held hostage in a place known as Murder World. They have 12 hours to survive, in which a group of murderous maniacs dressed as clowns, known by name as the Heads, will be released to hunt down the workers and kill them, of course. The world premiere actually will be at the Sundance Film Festival in Park City, Utah this month. So those first batch of reviews will definitely get in at that point. A&E, the network that has brought us the acclaimed show Bates Motel, are not about to put their hands in their pockets yet when it comes to developing new ideas based on iconic horror characters. There is now a new show devoted to the Antichrist himself, Damien, as known from the Omen franchise. Happily titled as just Damien, the show follows him 40 years after the events of the first film, and all grown up, Damien Thorne, played by Bradley James, is unaware of the satanic powers around him. Coming to terms with his destiny as the Antichrist, Damien must basically find out his true calling, as so to speak. So it seems like they might be ignoring the Omen 2 and 3 as far as sequel based, because this seems like it's going to be a sequel just from the first film. There is a new teaser trailer that's very short, but also a semi-short Comic-Con trailer that gives you an idea more so of what the style of the show will be. It could be interesting. From what I saw, the new series will be 10 episodes to air sometime this year, and of course it'll be on the A&E network. Now, David Fincher, the suspense thriller director behind Seven, Zodiac, and the American remake of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I recommend, it's good stuff, is set to take place amongst the other filmmakers taking full advantage of the streaming service Netflix. Developing a new serial killer drama titled Mindhunter, Fincher and partner Charlize Theron, yes, the same Hollywood actress, is making this show based on the 1996 nonfiction book Mindhunter Inside the FBI's Elite Serial Crime Unit, written by former Special Agent John Douglas, a pioneering serial killer profile. Douglas's work in the FBI inspired novelist Thomas Harris to develop characters such as Jack Crawford and Will Graham in his Hannibal Lecter series. Fincher and Theron are very dedicated to getting Mindhunter off the ground, working on it for years, and almost even had the show through HBO, but that fell through. Fincher is well on his way to being a top legend in the streaming world, being that he's developed one of Netflix's most popular shows, House of Cards, and has definitely, no doubt helped get this project off the ground because of their long-standing relationship together. There's no word yet if Charlize Theron will have a role on the show, because of right now she's credited only as an executive producer. The pilot is written by former Dexter showrunner Scott Buck, but is not set to continue with the series even afterwards. No date has been given yet, as this project's in its early developmental stage. I was given some great Friday the 13th action figures this Christmas, and they were actually made by NECA, and they're proudly displayed on my shelf. I know that NECA has a really great keen eye for detail, and now they're working on a entire line devoted to the now excellent Season 1 finished Ash vs. Evil Dead, including the best figure of all being Ash Williams at his current age in the show. NECA actually teased us with an image of an unfinished and non-painted sculpt of the amazing Bruce Campbell character. I look forward to seeing that when it releases in the spring. Also to mention, Sideshow Collectibles, another great collectible company, is putting out a Evil Dead 2 version of Ash Williams. The 12-inch figure comes complete with his look near the end of the film, which is including the chainsaw attached where his hand used to be, battle scars, the lobbed-off Henrietta deadite head, his trusty sawed-off Remington double-barreled 12-gauge, 4 hands for holding weapons and props, the Necronomicon itself, and if you order directly from Sideshow's online shop, you'll receive Ash's possessed/severed right hand as a bonus. But prepare yourselves, because the price for that piece is going to run you at $239, and it's on pre-order, and it will not set to ship until October through December of this year. So definitely get a hold of that if you can, if you got the extra money. If you love collecting in general, it looks amazing. It has everything you could want, and I would never ever obviously take it out of the box. We have another great director coming onto the Netflix gravy train with a brand new show, and it's Guillermo del Toro. He's actually teaming up with DreamWorks Animation, and he's bringing his book Troll Hunters to the streaming service. Troll Hunters was created by del Toro and written by Daniel Kraus. It follows 2 brothers in the 1960s that are attacked by a beast while riding their bikes under a bridge on their way home. While the attack happens, the older brother disappears, and years have passed. The surviving brother begins to see the same creatures again and is pulled into a dark underworld that exists only under bridges and beds. Now, knowing how creative Del Toro can be visually, I think that this being an new animated show will be something worth watching out for in the near future. Oh, don't forget to check out the new teaser trailer from James Wan's The Conjuring 2. Should have debuted today. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga reprised their roles as Ed and Lorraine Warren going to their next case. This time, they're making a trip to England to help single mom Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children, most notably her daughter Janet. And from what we know, they're also planning to make a pit stop in Amityville. Call me intrigued. Now we're going to do a brand new segment of the Horror Cabin podcast that I like to call the Rotten Recap.
It's the Rotten Recap from the cabin.
Alright, Rotten Recap time. Let's go ahead and do this, the first ever Rotten Recap. The new Ash vs. Evil Dead show just finished up their first season with 10 episodes. And I gotta say, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. If you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, I know that episode 1 is up for free on Stars, and you should definitely give it a watch. If you don't have Stars, it's going to be a little difficult for you to get a hold of a way to watch it, but it is worth it. And I hope that when the home release comes out, that everybody catches up on it, because it is definitely a great show. Like, that's so much fun. So yeah, Ash vs. Evil Dead season 1 is part of my Rotten Recap, and I definitely recommend it. Let's go ahead and move on to the horror track. Enjoy.
You remember in the 60s when I invented the marsh? Well, now the time has come for me to update that smash. Since I've been out of the fright game for 52 odd years, I invited a new crew to spread spooky cheer. The first to arrive was Dr. Hannibal Lecter. He brought his own date, and he seemed to respect her. They hit the dance floor with a jive and a jitter. Then he ripped off her face! He's pulling out her liver!
That's really gross.
Oh my God, what just happened?
He ate her face.
Yes, I know! I saw!
Speaking of saw,
I like to play disgusting games.
he broke his jaw.
That is way too graphic. I'm going to faint. Surely all the other guests won't be this rude. Like this classic monster, a scary hip dude. He's got a kooky style and a spooktastic look. Oh my God, he just hung the waiter on a meat hook. Why?
He's Leatherface.
He's cutting him up with a chainsaw.
It's what he does.
Who is Freddy Krueger?
He haunts your dreams.
Ooh, he sounds like a real spooker.
I murder teens. You can't escape me, bitch.
Language. In my day, the monsters would just give you a spook. Nowadays, it seems they all just want to make you puke. Ah, the human centipede. That sounds like a hit. Wait, the ones in back have to eat the front one's shit? Enough! The party's over. Everybody out. You all have no idea what Spooktober is about. Here comes the Wolfman. He'll show you how it's done. He knows how to be creepy, but he always keeps it fun. No! That was my friend. Why did he meet such a horrifying end? Is it too much to ask to have some monsters dance? It's really quite a hoot if you give it half a chance.
This guy won't let it go. I think it's rather sad. Guys, I feel guilty.
And I also feel bad.
Let's give him a couple moves. It's the least we can do.
Okay, places, everybody. And a 1, and a 2.
Look at us dance.
You did the monster dance?
Hey, look, jazz hands.
Don't twist too fast.
Our skulls are smashed. Oh, great. It's the girl from the ring.
Her heart is black.
Ooh, she really knows how to swing.
I wouldn't look directly at her face if I were you.
Ooh. Oh, well, we tried.
He died doing what he loved. Monster choreography. Hey guys, I know a game we could play. Guys, anyone? No?
That was pretty awesome. That was the Key of Awesome series by Barely Productions, and it's called the Modern Monster Mash. There is a YouTube video, complete music video with, full costumes and everything if you want to go check it out. And if you're wondering what happened to the Wolfman as far as in the video, the Wolfman was dancing next to the Frankenstein monster, who was the one that was singing the actual piece, and he got his neck completely broken and his head taken off by Michael Myers. So that's why the Frankenstein monster starts freaking out whenever the Wolfman gets killed. But it does have more than just, what you heard as far as the human centipede and Freddy and Leatherface. Jason and Michael Myers are obviously there, and some other key modern horror icons. It's pretty awesome. I thought it was a great song and a great video, and it really made me laugh. So definitely needed it after the bad news that happened today. M. Night Shyamalan, I will never forgive you. We'll have to see how that goes. I've calmed down a little bit, and of course, I'm gonna watch the first episode to see how it goes with that Tales from the Crypt revival. So I'm not gonna miss it. I'm gonna give my own personal, professional, review about it, even though I was going off so hard at the beginning of this episode. But that is all for me from this episode of the Horror Cabin Podcast. I am Julian Seyfried, your host. I will see you later.
They say he died as a boy, but he keeps coming back. What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.